Hey, Tom.
Hey, JC.
How's it going tonight, buddy?
Oh, it's a little bit better than I guess it's going in Becky Lynch's backyard.
Oh, what happened there?
She took a strike to the face, as one often does while professionally wrestling, I guess.
Oh. Well, I'm sure it was just like totally by accident and not by somebody with a complete history of doing this all the time.
Oh, I'm sure it was a completely isolated incident, and you won't have a list or anything like that of other particular instances that this other person did something similar.
No, I completely do not have a research list of instances that I'm going to yell about later.
I'm so glad that you're yelling tonight because you're the better yeller.
I'm feeling it tonight, Tom. I'm ready. I've been looking forward to this all goddamn day.
And I've got one Uncrustable left in the freezer, so I'm set.
I've got some too. So that's how you know it's going to be a good show, folks. The Uncrustables are out. I got a list of shit to yell about. It's game time. All right.
It is, but
good comment. This is why we need to do more face-to-face shows, Tom. This flow a little better.
It's game time. Do you want me to roll dice?
I think the chant is
roll for initiative.
When I say game time, you have to say game time. And then we just do that a few times, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Go team. It's the chant, right?
Are we Taguchi Japan or something?
We could be. So if we're Taguchi Japan, who's the one using their ass to attack everybody? That's the big question here.
I think you're going to have to do it because I'm still nursing this injury, so I can't get the proper height to throw my funky weapon at people.
You're like the Nick Jackson of this tag team with his back.
Yeah.
So anyway, in case you couldn't tell, we're going to talk about Survivor Series. We're going to talk about NXT.
Is that this weekend?
It is.
It just snuck up. Is it in location redacted this time?
No, it's at the Staples Center from Los Angeles. We've got 2 nights of wrestling this weekend from the Staples Center.
Ooh.
Yes, Saturday, NXT War Games 2. Actually, I guess it doesn't have a number. It's just called NXT TakeOver War Games again. And then,
but this one's... Oh, well, I'll get more into it when we get to there.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to hear your celebration.
I started to say words, but
yeah,
I'll restrain myself for a moment.
Yeah, save it for the show.
Yeah.
This is the cold open, Tom. This is where we give people the reason to keep listening for another approximately 57 minutes.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah. So all that this week on Cheaters Never Pin. Tom, can you do me a favor, buddy?
What's that, JC?
Can you ring the bell?
I can do that.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the Section 328 network, bringing you all the best in wrestling from WWE, New Japan, and beyond. Now, live from ringside, it's Mr. Workrate and JC.
Buddies, we're back again for another episode of the Cheaters Never Pin podcast. My name is JC. Right next to me here at the commentary table to the stars is my good buddy, Mr. Workrate, Tom.
Great to be here as always, JC.
Isn't it? You know where else we are now?
Where are we? I have no idea where the hell we are. JC, where the hell am I? I just woke up. What's good?
Tom, we're in their TVs now.
Whoa.
Yeah. You can now, if you're listening to this show, or if you're not, I guess you don't. Listening to the show, not a requirement for downloading this. But if you're the proud owner of a Roku device, or Roku, I don't know what Roku is, but maybe it works there too. If you own a Roku...
It's the Australian version.
I might hit your Roku. I don't do... Never mind. Oh, I wish I had a car crash sound effect right now. That was terrible.
The didgeridoo?
Yeah. If you own a Roku device, you can go to your channel store right now and search Cheaters Never Pin. And through the quality sound of your home stereo system in your giant media rooms, you can now listen to the dulcet tones of Tom and I every week because the podcast will be there in the new Cheaters Never Pin Roku app.
I've done this already on my television, which is a Roku branded, well, it's not a Roku branded TV. Actually, I think it kind of is, but it runs the Roku kind of operating system.
Yeah.
So in the 65-inch glory, I can see that Cheaters Never Pin logo, and I can click on that and listen to myself, which is painful because I can't stand listening to my actual self. But
okay, good. It's not just me then.
No, I think it's pretty much anybody who records their voice hates the sound of their voice.
I hear the good maybe minute where I go through and randomly check levels every week to make sure we're okay. And by then I'm like, I need to rip my vocal cords out, because how does anyone listen to this voice for an hour every week? I'm grateful that you do, but how do you do it?
I've gotten better. It used to be the fact that I hear 2 seconds and I'm like, oh God, to get it off. Now I can actually hear it and be like, I really don't want to listen to this. I'll just go in another room.
Yeah. The only show I've ever listened to in its entirety was the original Drunk podcast.
Ah, yes.
And the good part about that is you can't hear shit the whole time. There's some snoring from somebody.
Yeah. We won't say who.
No.
But his name rhymes with ban.
Section.com. No, patreon.com/section328. It's in the archives there. All right, let's start off. Let's do this. We got a lot to cover in a short amount of time to do it in.
All right.
It is currently the weekend before Thanksgiving, so that means it's time for Survivor Series.
God, that happened fast.
Didn't it? I feel like starting the new job and all being out of town for a month in the summer and everything, I feel like I've lost months of my life this year that I have no clue where they went. And suddenly it's Survivor Series.
I'm pretty sure Thanksgiving is on the 16th this year.
It is really early this year.
It seems extremely early.
As someone that monitors that every year for his career, it is early this year. There is an extra week between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Actually, so Thanksgiving is the 22nd?
Correct.
Is that the earliest it can be? Because Thanksgiving is the 4th. Yeah, because Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday in November.
Correct.
And the first Thursday in November was November 1st. So this is the earliest it can possibly be.
My P&L statement, my profit and loss is thankful for this.
Thank you for tuning in to Cheaters Never Farmer's Almanac, I guess. I don't know.
Cheaters Never Gregorian calendar. They both just roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We don't say Gregorian enough.
No, I like that word. I'm going to start using it I'm going to find something to start describing as Gregorian, even though it's going to make no sense. And we're just going to make it catch on.
Meanwhile, because it's been way too long since I've actually done a What Tom's Watching on the network update.
Yeah, we didn't get a single one last week, so this is nice.
I'm watching. No, we cold opened with what I was watching.
Oh, that's right.
Week.
You're right. I don't listen to the show. How would I know?
No, it'd be the first thing as you're listening. Anyway, I am watching Dustin Rhodes take on Steve Austin. So Goldust versus Steve Austin, except it's 1991. So Dustin seems relatively young, although Dustin seems like he was this age for about 15 years.
Yeah.
But instead you have stunning Steve Austin with long blonde hair and his surfer short trunks and Lady Blossom at ringside. That was his first wife, right? Did he marry her? I know he was with her, but I'm not sure if he actually married her.
I'm not sure.
That was originally Chris. That was originally Chris Adams's wife.
Right.
Chris Adams being the one who trained Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And then down in World Class, when Austin made his debut, they made this whole thing about how originally that was his wife and then ended up going to Austin, and then Austin and Lady Blossom ended up against Chris Adams and some other ballet or something like that. But one of those main reasons they say don't use your real life wives and stuff like that in angles because it ends up turning out real. That was one of the examples right there.
Cool. I look forward to future updates.
Oh yeah. It's also Halloween Havoc 91, so there should be some other quality things. I forced you to watch a match on this card as part of our Max Exchange.
Ooh, remember that bit?
That was the match where Abdul the Butcher got electrocuted in the middle of the match.
Right. Oh my God. Dumbest shit I've ever watched.
So I've got that to look forward to in the main event.
Oh, good. I look forward to it. All right, back to Survivor Series.
Oh, right, yes. Did you know that Thanksgiving's on the 22nd this year?
No, I didn't. Is that the earliest it can be?
That is the earliest it can be. Hold on, let me check my Gregorian calendar.
That's what we call revisiting the topic, bringing it full circle.
Yes.
The main event, or what was supposedly the main event, radically changed Monday and Tuesday. In case you missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna grumble for a totally different reason, but we'll get to that. So Monday night on Raw, Becky Lynch and the SmackDown Women's roster takes Raw under siege, even though we didn't call it that this year.
No.
We go backstage. Becky's got Ronda in an armbar. Well, Bayley and Sasha are fighting to determine who the hell's gonna be in the match. All the other SmackDown women show up, start attacking. All the other Raw women come out, they attack. Becky and Ronda spill out. Somehow in this, Becky gets punched in the face by someone who will remain nameless for a good 5 minutes until I'm ready to scream. And suffers what WWE calls a broken face and a severe concussion, i.e. a broken nose. Because supposedly Meltzer said they don't think broken nose sounds as sexy as broken face. which is such typical Meltzer just bullcrap, right? He's like, oh, I don't think it sounds so sexy, Brian. So
why the hell would you say broken nose? Why wouldn't you say like broken face? Just sounds like something a 9-year-old would say.
Tom, would you rather have sex with a broken nose or a broken face?
I don't know how to respond to that.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
We'll revisit it.
I'll
give you the show to think about it, and then we're going to come back to it. I'm going to put it here on the rundown so I don't forget to ask again.
All right, let me get a pen and paper.
Okay. Make a pro and con list. That's what I like to do when I make a serious decision like that.
Oh, yeah.
So Becky has to name her replacement. Chooses Charlotte Flair. So it will be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte at Survivor Series. Tom, I'm going to let you give your thoughts first on whatever part of this you choose to begin with as we unpack this giant change.
Before I get into the change, can I just say how great that segment was?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen an image, just straight image, not video, just straight image, as good as Becky Lynch staring out, blood smeared all over her face.
Irish war paint, as she would call it on Twitter.
Yeah. That's an image that lasts like Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13, caught in a sharpshooter. Like, I mean, I've said it before. I miss blood. I really do. And it is impactful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can't blade anymore. That's the thing. And that's probably all for the best and all. But especially now that since blood isn't overused because it's not supposed to be used, when you do see it, it is that much more striking.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's, let's be honest, especially when it's on a woman wrestler. Like, you're not used to that. Blood was used. They actually did the blade a bit overseas in Japan with the All Japan Women's Promotion and things like that. But you didn't see if there was ever blood in a women's. I mean, you got to figure women's matches for the longest time up until recently were very diva-centric, and it doesn't matter how good the match necessarily looks as long as the girls look pretty. But just to see that just like to have her bloodied up and it just adds more to like how kick-ass she's been over the last several months.
For sure.
It's just added to that reputation, and it just sucks so bad that to have that happen, and then you can't capitalize on that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying as much as they can to still capitalize on it and give everybody else the rub and that type of thing. But just to hear that the following day, to find out that Becky wouldn't actually be able to perform at Survivor Series. And it may be a blessing in disguise because they'll still build this up to WrestleMania, which that seems to be the card now.
Yeah.
Unless it's WWE and they decide to pull the trigger way too early and stick it on like Royal Rumble or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So I feel very much the same about the image of Bloody Becky. I for one am very glad that there is a lack of gigging in the business now, because I think a lot of times it's unnecessary. I think there is a time and a place for it, and I think there are times they should have used it in matches, and it's not. And I'm like, all right, well, it says a Hell in a Cell match, and you've drug his face across the fence for 5 minutes and then beat him with a chair. Like, you probably should have a little color.
Right.
But when it comes hard way, and especially in an invasion segment like that was so well designed and so well executed, it took something that was already going to be good and it just brought it to the next level. And unfortunately, it was hard way. And unfortunately, it was an injury caused at the hands of a careless worker that has now removed someone from the top match of the show. And that sucks. So I'm going to tell you the first reason I hate this right now. The first fucking pissy shit I have about this. Sorry, I'm going full mic, and there's going to be a lot of F-bombs. In case you didn't listen to the Cheaters Never Win podcast this week.
I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. So it has something to do with sports ball. The first thing I hate is that it's Ronda versus Charlotte now, and that pretty much, unless this is a knockdown drag-out match, that pretty much takes this off the table to be what the rumor was, what most people perceive to be potentially the actual honest-to-God main event of WrestleMania in 2019. That sucks that it takes that spot away from Charlotte. And I hate that because I'm a Charlotte mark. And that's why I'm complaining about it. The bright side to this is that now apparently the rumor is that it will be Ronda Becky taking that place. Now, can they keep this feud big and meaningful and impactful until then without losing any momentum on either lady? It's WWE. Who knows? It's possible. But they need to back off of it after this and wait until January to start building it again, in my opinion. So I hate that it takes Charlotte's main event WrestleMania spot that she deserves, because she's the greatest woman in that roster. As a total package.
I'm just letting you go here, right? I'm not supposed to laugh about how that's not right, but okay, go ahead.
This is an opinion show, Tom.
Go ahead. Do your
Number 2.
opinion. That's cool.
When you have someone who has a history of injuring people that I'm about to go through, it's time to A, send them to NXT, or B, send them to the bottom of the fucking Atlantic Ocean. So here's a list of recent injuries Nia Jax has caused to other performers in the ring. Charlotte attempting a moonsault and landing on her face because Nia didn't catch her. She let her just kind of fall to the side. Charlotte's head getting spiked on Nia's knee because I don't really know how to do a shoulder breaker, so I'm just going to drive your skull into the mat like you're Steve Austin and I'm Owen Hart. Bayley fucking up her shoulder after Nia just throws her, doesn't suplex her, it's a throw. Misses SummerSlam because of it. Nia botching an elbow drop onto Bayley. Bayley sitting up. Fuck it, I'll drop an elbow anyway because I don't really care about your safety. Nia Jax doing a backbreaker and putting it on the wrong knee against Asuka. That's not good for a spine. Shawn Michaels knows how shit like that feels. She concussed Selena Vega. Vega just threw her over the fucking top rope onto her head. Not even... Throwing someone over the top rope is a risky move. Don't get me wrong. But there's a way to do it with the right amount of force to where you know your partner, the person putting their life and their safety in your hands, they know you're going to give them momentum to be able to flip or land on their back or take the bump correctly. Here, she literally fucking threw her. I don't understand how Nia Jax is allowed to be in a WWE ring with main event fucking people when this continues to happen. She's unsafe. She's still greener than goose shit, which I don't understand because they gave her the fucking title at Mania. And still somehow, this keeps happening. She needs to be sent down or she needs to be released. Because now you are hurting the money the other women are making. You have now changed the top match on a pay-per-view because of your inability to do your job. In any other job in this country, except for president, if you're shitty at it, they're going to throw you the fuck out. But here, well, she's related to The Rock, so let's keep her around. That's good for publicity. Fuck you! That's such bullshit of monumental proportions that she's allowed to stick around because she gets PR and she wins these awards and this and that. No, you're a fucking wrestling company. You have people that rely on her to keep them safe in the ring and not injure them, potentially kill them. But no, let's let her work in the ring because she's good for PR. It's bullshit. And she needs to be fucking gone. You can unmute and comment now.
Sorry, I had to swallow the rest of the Uncrustable that I had in my mouth.
Sorry, I decided I'd gone on long enough.
God, I hope I did mute that. Otherwise, as you're ranting, there's like 5 to 7 minutes of me digging through a freezer and just chewing. So, but I'm pretty sure I muted it, so I think we're good.
You did.
Okay.
I heard it mute as soon as I started. That's just like, that's my green light.
Yeah, you haven't said anything wrong.
That's my thing about it. I feel like I'm not ranting insanely, which I have done on this podcast numerous times in the last 2 years. Do not get me wrong. But it just, I don't understand how you can keep allowing her to put other people's lives in her hands. And just think it's okay when there's a pattern of this. There's an actual honest to God pattern of this. It's not a one-time thing like Seth, kneeing John Cena in the face. Shit happens. Like, it's not Elias hitting... fuck, I just totally blanked. It's not like Elias hitting Balor in the shoulder and the back of the head with a guitar. There's a lot of room for error there. It happens. And of course I yell about it because I'm a mark for him, right? It's my bit.
Right. Yeah.
But this is a serious problem in this situation.
Yeah, this isn't gimmicks. I mean, and I mean, we can go back to Elias and the fact that he just did not know how to swing a gimmick guitar.
No. But they stopped that. They stopped that. Every
time he would take that damn guitar and swing it, and it's just like, Have you not watched the last 25 years of wrestling? From Honky Tonk Man to Jeff Jarrett. I mean, and Jarrett used to stiff the hell out of people with that guitar. But
it just angers me that she's potentially cost Charlotte a WrestleMania payday at the very, very top of the card. She's costing Becky a payday here. You've changed a plan. A big fucking plan, because it involves, of all people, Ronda Rousey, who arguably from marketing right now is the biggest person on this roster.
The thing is, had Nia done that to Ronda, would we be seeing Nia anymore?
She'd be future fucking endeavored 30 seconds later.
But that's something that could happen.
Yeah.
If you're letting her go, that's something that's potentially going to end up happening.
And she has a match against Ronda coming up. It could happen. What you're saying is within the realm of possibility, probably in December at TLC. Oh, great. TLC. Let's let Nia swing some fucking chairs at Ronda and see what happens.
Let's see Ronda just shoot.
I don't know that I'd be upset at this one. I should. I don't know that I would be.
Let's see all the people run out to rescue her. Oh, wait, no one did. Tamina Snook is just kind of looking and going, It's my spot anyway.
Anyway. Fuck. All right. Who wins this match? And why is the answer Ronda Rousey?
Because Ronda's always got to stay strong. I mean, and you're building up that match for, I don't know, you're just constantly building her up anyway. It's going to be a good match, though.
Oh yeah, it's still going to be great. And you got to look at it this way too. This is Ronda's biggest test so far, because she hasn't had a fucking month to go to the Performance Center and practice this match with this one person.
Yeah.
This is an interesting test, and I'm very interested in this match. The main reason I think Rousey walks away is because you've got champion versus non-champion here. And I think that's just your booking here, is obviously you've got to put the one with the strap over. And it could be that Nia Jax interferes. Who the fuck knows? Because I think the other main event, I think the men's main event here, we'll have some shenanigans, but we'll get to that.
Maybe just Nia will just walk in and just start randomly shooting on people.
You mean she goes in to wrestle a match like she usually does?
Well, not even her match. She just shows up and just Jesus. Akira Media's somebody.
Yep. Also on SmackDown Tuesday night. This was an eventful week. Just Tuesday, actually. Daniel Bryan got thrown off the Survivor Series team because he attacked AJ at the top of the show because AJ was saying his name. He said, "Don't put my name in your mouth." So Daniel Bryan gets thrown off the Survivor Series team. Shane punishes AJ for also being part of the fracas by granting Daniel Bryan a title match later in the evening, which is a weird punishment, but okay. Match happens. Pretty much your typical AJ Daniel Bryan match. Good match. Then out of nowhere, punch the balls. Knee to the balls.
It happens.
Yep. Daniel Bryan picks up the 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan is your 4-time WWE champion. He then proceeds to stomp the shit out of AJ. Daniel Bryan has turned heel and is now the WWE champion, who will be facing the Universal champion, Brock Lesnar, at Survivor Series.
Because as a booker, I think we've got a person that was out of wrestling for 3 years because of repeated concussions. Who best to put him up against than the wrestler whose one move is to drop his opponent on the back of his head?
Right. Did you just like slap? Did you just like slap your legs? I thought I heard that. I was like, oh, here goes a Tom rant.
Yeah.
It just
could Nia Jax be involved in the match too? I mean, let's just fucking murder Daniel Bryan. Why not?
God damn.
Thanks for re-signing. Now let's make it a snuff film.
God damn it, they'll cheer you now. So like,
think of the people that'll be at your funeral.
If you don't follow the Twitter account Vince McMahon Googling, which is at Vince Googling, it's just basically live tweets any WWE event with things Vince McMahon might be searching on Google to get to this point. The tweet yesterday about the change was how to make sure employee will get more concussions. I highly suggest that follow. It's always a good laugh. Most importantly, Daniel Bryan's heel now, so that's a thing that, according to from what I'm hearing, Bryan, he's been pushing for it backstage for a month, and I thought this was the time to pull the trigger.
I just assumed he got a concussion.
I think Vince is the one who's concussed right now. So let's see. Vince was blind 2 years ago, and now he's concussed. It's crazy. Wow, Bryan. I mean, we don't know where the Daniel Bryan thing's going. We won't know until after Survivor Series, obviously, and it won't really play a huge part in the Survivor Series, other than I think AJ's probably going to interfere in this match, and that's how Lesnar wins. Kill me.
Or Lesnar just wins in 2.5 minutes. Why not? After Daniel Bryan gets knocked unconscious 1.5 minutes into the match.
So if that happens, this is the headline you'll see in the News and Observer Monday morning. Man breaks into third floor apartment where he lives on first floor just to throw TV out of window. Because that is what I will be doing.
I just want to see it happen just so the word critical can appear on the screen.
Finish him. Hey, it's fine because we all know Kevin Dunn loves words on the fucking screen.
They'll be coming at you in 3D.
But they're like Arial bold and like bright neon colors with a drop shadow. Or Kevin Dunn gets lazy and he just starts using the word art that's in Microsoft Word.
Just as long as there's a star wipe in there somewhere.
Ooh, yeah. Kevin, I got a challenge for you, buddy. You want your stock option? Produce the show with PowerPoint. Go.
He's been doing that for the last 15 years. What are you talking about?
Fuck a TriCaster. I got PowerPoint, bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
So, it's Van Hammer.
Oh, it's a Tom watching things update. Okay.
Against Doug Pretty Boy Summers, because this is early in Van Hammer's push, I guess.
Fun.
And Van is Greener the Goose shit here. He goes to throw. Now, Doug Summers is former AWA Tag Team Champion with Buddy Rose. Just one of those guys that was, oh God. Just one of those guys that was, a quality worker.
Yeah.
Van Hammer has just tried to murder him twice in a way that would make Nia Jax embarrassed.
Van Hammer trained Nia Jax? ? My article,
Apparently. : He goes to throw Doug Summers into the corner, and I guess the spot was going to be a flare flip type thing.
Uh-huh.
But Hammer doesn't let go of him until later, so he just basically, Summers tries to tuck his head to do the flip. Instead, he just rams head first into the second turnbuckle and pretty much gives himself CTE there.
He's not like most girls.
And then he goes to, later in the match, Van Hammer goes to, I guess, do a slingshot suplex. Copyright Tully Blanchard. And he's much too close to the ropes. And he just kind of like drops him on the ropes and almost like drops him on his head from the ropes because he's too close, so he kind of like slips and lets him fall directly on his head. So
joy.
But that got the 3 count.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of good ways to protect the top of somebody's head. Would you think like a helmet?
Helmet might work, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe put some like some memory foam mattress toppers in the ring. I'm just trying to think of like really simple Christmas gifts I can buy all the professional wrestlers in my life. Jesus. I cannot. What's wrong with me tonight?
You've just gone down to Alabama, haven't you?
God damn. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to think of gifts because, Black Friday's coming up.
Black Friday is coming up. Oh, man.
You don't have to tell me. I'm aware. Black Friday's coming up because we know Thanksgiving is the 22nd, which is the earliest it possibly can be. So that means Black Friday's the 23rd, which is not that many days away.
If we didn't need a name for the show, we had another one just ready.
No, we may go with that anyway.
It's a little long, though. Unlike the lines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You continue the read. I can't stop laughing.
Unlike the lines that you'd experience if you were shopping on Amazon.com.
Oh, and you know what? If you go to Amazon.com right now, you can go ahead and scope out some of their Black Friday deals. They're starting to release, and they're even running some this week and this weekend ahead of November 22nd and 23rd. So
Both
I think
those the earliest they can be in the month. This year will be the earliest November 22nd will be in November.
Ooh, that's an important fact.
Yeah.
Today I learned. And that's a callback to something that happened before we even started recording, folks. Anyway.
But
go ahead. This is so off the rails.
Yeah, you're gone. But if you plan on going to Amazon.com to buy yourself a Gregorian calendar or anything along those lines, don't just go to Amazon.com. No, that would be foolish and ridiculous.
No.
What you do is you go to cheatersneverpin.com.
Yep.
Spelled exactly how you think it's spelled. And then when the page loads, depending on the speed of your internet connection, look for that Amazon.com image, which is actual hyperlink. Click on that image. That'll bring you to Amazon.com. You shop on Amazon.com just the same as you normally would. But if you do it that way, when you pay your money for your Gregorian calendar, a portion of the money that you spend goes to Cheaters Never Pin.
Yes.
And it doesn't cost you anything extra.
No.
It costs Jeff Bezos just a little bit of money out of his pocket.
And you know what? I got to back up for the mic to yell this. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Fuck HQ2. Fuck New York. Fuck DC. We want their money. We don't need HQ2. We got Amazon referral links.
Yeah. Make somebody else work. I don't want to work at Amazon.
Oh, fuck that shit. CheatersNeverPin.com. Click the Amazon button.
Yeah, it works.
That joke is the gift that keeps on giving. Anyway. All right, we've already been going for 40 minutes. We gotta fly.
I mean, if you're on Amazon.com, you get your Gregorian calendar.
Yep.
You get your Gregorian monks chanting.
Yep.
Pick up the CD.
Oh, God, he searched it.
No, I didn't search it.
Oh, you were just...
Damn it. I worked in a music store during that fad.
That's a good point.
I saw all these people coming into my music store. And I'm like, what do you want to buy? What awesome music do you want to buy? And they're like, I want people humming and making random sounds.
Cool.
Don't you want music? No. And our number one album was that Gregorian Monks album. And one time we just opened it up. We're going to play this in the store because it's extremely popular. and it was church service. I thought, it's like that Enigma song uses the Gregorian chants, but it has that cool beat to it. I'm like, oh, maybe it's something like, no. It's that's all it is. There. I just recorded that. We can sell that, JC.
Yep. And then you'll be able to go to cheatersneverpin.com, click the Amazon button, and buy it.
Yeah. We'll do that right now.
Yeah.
Work on that, JC.
I will. I've been working on a lot.
If we can have a Roku app, why can't we have a Gregorian chant album?
I'll have to work on that. That'll be third priority. Roku was number 1. The other upcoming thing is number 2, which should happen next week. I don't know if Thanksgiving will throw it off. Maybe it'll be 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
A new project from your friends here at Cheaters Never Pin.
Always working.
And then Cheaters Never Pray, our Gregorian chant album. All right. Whew. All right. Let's fly through the rest of this card. Seth Rollins takes on Shinsuke Nakamura for IC champion versus US champion. Cool. It'll be a great match.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter because it's a Survivor Series match. But Seth wins because Shinsuke's nothing. He hasn't even been on SmackDown in like 2. Well, he wasn't even on SmackDown this week, was he?
I don't remember. That was like 2 days ago.
Yeah. If you don't remember his appearance, it counts as him not being there.
I say Shinsuke wins because Dean's going to get involved somehow.
Oh, yeah. Good point. We didn't see Dean this week on Raw. Yeah, we did. That's right. We did. He was sitting on top of a car next to a fire barrel in the loading dock, and no one stopped him.
He was sitting on the dock of the bay.
The best part about that is when Dean pours like all that gasoline just in a very Dean Ambrose manner wildly over the vest, and then he throws it into the barrel, and the fire doesn't grow at all. It's like, at least make it appear like he put more gasoline in there. Like, also that's not safe next to a building with 16,000 people. Your traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match for the men. Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Meat Mountain, or whatever the fuck it was that I already forgot. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley with Captain Baron Corbin and Leo Rush. Take on Team SmackDown, which is The Miz, Shane, Ray, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. We're gonna have to listen to Leo Rush for an entire Survivor Series match, Tom. Yeah.
Is there gonna be I'm concerned that we're...
Lashley.
Are we done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm concerned that we're having an event that has Leo Rush and Shane McMahon in the same match.
That would be sports entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry, I hit the mic.
What the hell?
I'm sorry, I clocked my mic. I went full Nia Jackson, just punched the shit out of it, Tom. Anyway.
The monks will be so upset.
Who's going to win, and what crazy shit is Shane going to do? 2 questions on this match.
Shane can't do anything too ridiculous because there's nothing that high to jump off of.
Okay, well, he got concussed 2 years ago in this match, so... Or 1 year ago, whatever it was. We had this debate last week and no one can remember.
Especially not Shane.
Ew.
Is Shane going to figure out a way to be the sole survivor again?
Oh, God, I hope so. Commit to this bit now. Shane McMahon is not only the best in the world, but he's the sole survivor. Like we're building to like a Shane heel turn with that. I think that works. If you're going to do it, like if that's what we're building towards here, I think it's perfect. I'm good with it, actually. Because who gives a fuck about this match? There's nothing on the line. It doesn't matter.
Like Shane's got the final, like it's like say Shane and like Rey Mysterio and like say Ziggler's left on the other side, and like Rey does all the dirty work and proceeds to finish it, and then like Shane says something like, no, move out of the way, or like tags him on the back so like he can go make the pin. And then...
Oh, yeah. Here's what happens. It's down to just Shane and Dolph. And then you hear Crow and the Arena blacks out. And this time Sting has laid out Dolph Ziggler. And then Sting just leaves. And like he never shows up again. That was just Sting just likes to show up in Survivor Series and fuck around. And that's his new gimmick. Just every 3 or 4 years, Sting just shows up, interferes in the match, and leaves.
It's kind of like Royal Rumble, except nothing actually has to happen.
Yeah. 4 years ago, he fucks over the McMahons. 4 years later, now he helps the McMahons. It's great. Tag team match. What? Oh, yeah. The Raw tag. Sorry. There's so many parentheses in this. I couldn't tell what the fuck was happening. So this is what I'm reading. Tag team match. AOP, parentheses, Akam and Rizar, parentheses, Raw Tag Team Champions, parentheses, with Drake Maverick, parentheses. Versus The Bar, parentheses, Cesaro and Sheamus, in parentheses, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, in parentheses, with Big Show, in parentheses.
Isn't this a code to say, like, on Twitter that someone's Jewish?
Sure. I got nothing on that one.
I love totally losing you on that.
I got nothing for you there. I have no clue what you're referencing.
Yeah, just someone can look it up. It's fine.
Yeah, that's why there's Google. Who wins? And it doesn't matter. And I'm AOP. Sure, why not? They're the young guys.
Yeah, why not? Make them look strong.
Yep. The 5-on-5 Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. Team Raw, which is Rude and Gable, The Revival, the B Team, Lucha House Party, and the Ascension, versus the SmackDown team, which is the Usos, the New Day, Sanity, the Club, and the Colognes.
The Colognes are back.
Yeah.
Can we just mention something about that? That's exciting. It's so great.
They're just good, solid workers who are there to do their job.
But they're both healthy for
25 minutes until they get into a match with Nia Jax.
She's going to run into one of them backstage.
Nia just interferes in every match and injures one person. It truly is Survivor Series.
She just gets a Ronnie Garvin gimmick and just runs up to people and just like taps them on the shoulder and punches them out and
just leaves.
Just leaves.
They have to hit her. The best part is they have to hit her music every time, so you know it's coming. You're like, oh shit, who's she gonna take out this time?
She starts cocking her fist like Roman does.
Oh yeah. The best part, there's no heel face alignment to it either. She just whoever's closest.
Whenever there's a fight between two people, she just throws a punch in the general direction of the fight. Whoever she happens to hit, like,
got it. Then she yells, "Got him!" and leaves. I'm not like most girls.
She's got to carry the mic with her.
She just swings the punch with one arm, then picks up the other arm and goes, "Got him!"
Like has the mic sideways. Got him. Just drops the mic and leaves.
And so by the end of the pay-per-view, there's just a pile of microphones in the ring where she's punched people.
And somehow R-Truth has to be involved. I don't know how or why.
It's Nia's theme hit one time, and it's him walking out, and then he goes, "My bad," and turns around. And then he's just standing there, and then she punches him from behind, then goes to the ring and punches someone else. I'm not like most girls.
He just gets really pissed off and gets suddenly very serious.
She hits R-Truth, and then he comes back with like being a genius gimmick. She literally knocked the sense into him.
We're already booking Raw better than the current writers are.
It's not that hard.
All we need is Gregorian monks.
Don't give him any ideas. Who wins Raw or SmackDown? I'm pretty sure it's SmackDown because, those are actually tag teams.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure. Who gives? And no one cares.
Ascension's going to win.
Yep. I hope so. The Ascension will win by rising to the top.
Aha.
Women's elimination match. Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott with Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. It's not fair. Take on Team SmackDown, which is Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and a woman to be named later.
Who will be knocked out by Nia Jax.
Yeah, we're actually not going to put someone in that spot just because we're like, we'll just count that as whoever she injured.
I want to see Carmella wear a helmet. Carm would do it. She'd bedazzle a helmet and just be like, fun. I'm not wrestling her without wearing a helmet. Sorry.
What if it goes in here and Nia injures Asuka? The internet may actually burn to the ground. You're looking like LA level riots.
Can you concuss Asuka? Any female wrestler in Japan seems to have been trained so roughly that they've already gotten 15 concussions out of the way.
They've built up an immunity.
Yeah.
Who wins?
You try to concuss Asuka, she'll just spitting back fist to stiff the hell out of you.
Yeah. Team Raw.
Yeah.
And then Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship, which is going to be tight.
I was going to say, in the match that will steal the show.
Right. I'm going to assume Buddy Murphy retains, probably.
Yeah, for now. I mean, I think Mustafa should get the belt eventually, but let's give Buddy the title give him a little bit of a reign, at least.
Yes.
Maybe until, say, Rumble, maybe.
That'll work. So before we close the book on Survivor Series, Tom, I got to revisit. What would you rather have sex with, a broken nose or a broken face? You've had 50 minutes to think about this.
Yes.
Or do we need to go through NXT and then come back to it again?
It's just a nose, or why are you having sex with a nose?
NXT War Games 2 will be Saturday night. Also from the Staples Center. Here's the card. We're going to go through it fast. For the NXT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa, that fucker, takes on the Velveteen Dream. My assumption is Ciampa retains. But, I'd be really down with Dream having a run. I don't know if him getting it from Ciampa is the right decision, though.
I think Dream's going to be in the main roster before he ever sees the title.
Yeah?
Why bother? Why give him the title? He doesn't need it.
That's true. That's a good point. Aleister Black takes on Johnny Gargano, who is the one that attacked Aleister Black. Dun, 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 dun. I think Johnny Wrestling gets the win. He's now embraced the hate enough to where he can truly win with it in some weird tweener role that he's playing right now.
Yeah, it'll be a fun match, but I think you got to build Gargano's weird, like you said, his whole heel-ish kind of thing going.
Mm-hmm. 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler takes on Kairi Sane in a rematch from a lot of times.
I'm pretty sure there are no other women in the division.
Let's see. You got Aaliyah and Lacey Evans and Candice LeRae. And I don't know why the fuck she's not in the title picture. That's right. She can actually wrestle. So fuck that. I don't know. You've got Bianca Belair, who hits people with her hair, and I don't understand at all why I don't get it. Anyway.
Because, in Mortal Kombat.
Ugh. I feel like Kairi Sane may get it here, and Shayna goes up.
That was what I was kind of thinking, and plus, to kind of do a Curry saying Bianca Belair angle, maybe.
Yeah, that'd work. There is a rumor that there are massive call-ups coming Monday and Tuesday, which I think is absolutely ridiculous because we haven't released anyone in what feels like 2 years.
Maybe that's the tag elimination match is actually like a contract elimination match.
You guys actually have to go in and shoot. Sorry, we forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. And then in the War Games match, the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong take on Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders.
It's actually maybe War Games.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 teams.
2 teams of 4.
2 teams of 4.
The heels have the advantage.
I mean, technically, War Games 2 teams of 5,
right?
Usually, but
this is better than 3 teams of. Or it was 3 teams of 3 last year.
Yeah,
but that worked. It worked, and it worked with the stories that we're trying to tell. Yeah,
in a bubble, it worked fine.
Right.
But this is more War Games like for me. It makes me feel more comfortable. And you got to figure there's going to be a coin flip to start.
Nope, they did a match last week, past Wednesday on NXT for advantage, and the Undisputed Era gets the advantage.
But the best part is the coin toss, because either team could win the coin toss.
Tom, the best part is the match beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, prepare for
It's not just War Games.
Prepare for those tweets Saturday night, by the way, for me to tweet the match beyond 8,000 times. Just warning everybody now. And don't be hungover, JC, tweeting it too. That's right. I'm going to be hungover at 10 o'clock at night. Just preparing everyone.
I'm trying to figure out that math, but okay.
I got football.
Why not?
Football game Saturday morning. We have a noon game. So I'm gonna I gotta start drinking at like 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So, actually, I may be done with the hangover by then. We'll see. So that's NXT TakeOver War Games Saturday night. 2 other quick things, and I think we're still gonna hit 60 minutes. Beautiful. One, in case you haven't missed it, there's a story on ProWrestlingSheet.com where apparently Enzo has been thrown off an airplane for vaping and for ignoring instructions of the crew. And as he was thrown off, somebody on the plane yelled, "How you doing?"
And he surprisingly took it well. Like, you almost kind of expected him to like snap, but
yep.
Props to Enzo for still living the game.
Jesus, right? Also, I need that follow-up song, please. And then if you haven't seen it or heard anything about it on YouTube, the WWE Performance Center has started a channel where it looks like they're going to do kind of mini-series following the journeys of different performers as they come up through the PC to NXT and to the main roster. The first one they have started with, it's a series called Arrival. The first one they have started in the first episode went up this week is Matt Riddle.
I mean, you mentioned it before. WWE is so good at doing stuff like this, and just wrestling in general has gotten better at using YouTube and social media to kind of build these little backstories where people aren't necessarily having to use actual TV time to dedicate to this, but for stuff that you may not necessarily need full on to actually push together a plot line, but still it's that extra information that allows people that actually have the interest to turn around and find out a little more about these guys. And it's done really well, and I expect to see a lot of good stuff for NXT out of this.
Yeah, and this first episode focuses on him right before he moves to Orlando, when him and his wife and their 3 kids are kind of packing up the house. And they talk to the kids, and they talk to his wife, and they talk about, the 2 years he was on the indies. The first year was a complete struggle, especially financially. And then when he hit, there was actually money coming in, and the struggles of him being gone and then her being gone and everything. So pretty cool.
And people love that stuff. It's, it's the real life actual stuff.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. So Tom, tell the people where they can find you on the internet.
Go to the Twitter machine at Mr. Workrate, at MR Workrate. I am doing absolutely nothing else on the other social media areas. Check out my MySpace page.
Ooh. Am I in your top 6?
Yeah.
Good.
I hacked it, so like I have like 12 maybe now. Or
remember when they changed
like
it to where you could actually do like a top 12 or top 15?
Yeah, there's something like that. It's like it started off and people are like, oh, well, you have to have this kind of level to be able to do that. Or here, just install this completely non-shady executable file to be able to get access to that.
It comes with Bonsai Buddy.
Ooh.
That's a throwback.
That is. Give you a little twitch there as an IT professional.
You can find me on Twitter at JCBobbitt, JCBOBBITT. You can also find me wherever finer social media is purveyed at the same address. You can find the show on Twitter at CheatersInVRPin. You can find us on your Roku. Search Cheaters Never Pin in the channel store.
That app is free.
Free 99. This next week, I guess we're going to do a show, and I think we should... Tom doesn't know this yet. I guess we're going to record it and then put it up on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yep, I got an idea. It's fine. We can record it early, too.
Okay, yeah. You let me know, because I'll be making, like, potatoes or something like that.
I mean, we're obviously not going to be... Maybe we'll. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We're going to talk about that as soon as we get off the air with you fine folks, our listeners, the lovely people out there in your car, your home, or in front of your television as you watch us on Roku. Or listen to us on Roku, whatever. Anyway. So yeah, next week we'll be back with whatever we decide to talk about. Yep. I'm failing to close this show. So
Nia Jax just punched the close of the show.
But before we get out of here, what's the earliest Thanksgiving can ever be, Tom?
November 22nd.
Beautiful. My name's JC.
I'm Tom.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.